Alrighty, I think we're back up. Let me just make sure here. Hold my hand up. All right, the stream got disconnected as I was just talking about technology. All right, so let me see where we were here. All right, we're talking about solving this without using the equation. Here, let me start over because I'm not sure where I was up to there. So let's redraw the figure. We have a trapezoid. We know one base is 8 centimeters. The other base is 18 centimeters. They're giving us a height. We don't know what the height is. Okay. We also know the area of the whole thing is 78 centimeters squared. Okay. Yeah, I got disconnected, Leo. I'm not sure what happened, but that's the nature of this beast. Let's shoot it over again. So we're going to try this again, trying to figure out the height without knowing the formula for the equation. The question is, did they give us enough information? In this case, it turns out they did. So what we're going to do is drop another thing here. So let me, and you talked about fulfilling squares. So let's label something. This is A, this is B, this is C, this is D, and this is E. Let's do that so we can talk about it somehow logistically. So it turns out that we know the area of the whole rectangle is going to be well, we know the area of this here. We know the area, the whole thing is going to be 18 times H. We know the area of C is going to be 8 times H. Okay? And if that's true, then the length of this plus this is going to be 10. So if we add 10 times the height, we're going to get the area of the whole thing. Problem is we only know the 78 part. We don't know the other part. But we know if we, because this is a diagonal for A and B and D and E, if we divide by 2, then we have what we need. Because that's going to be the center part, 8 times H. And then if we combined these together, in other words, if we had A, B, D, and E, that's the remainder space. So we know we don't need A and we don't need E. We just need half of it. So we're going to get 8H plus 5H, or 13H, equals 78, which should give us the 6 back, man. 618. Yeah, what gives us that back. So that's kind of cool. And again, I like this without the equation because with the equation, it's basically saying fill in the blanks. You still have to know what a base is and a height is. You still have to have some understanding of how to do multiplication and where the division by 2 comes in. You could screw that up. You could just divide one base by 2. It has to be the both bases added together and yada yada. But without the formula, it's saying here's this thing here, and you have to figure it out. So it's really showing your mathematical astuteness, your mathematical prowess, your ability to look at something visually. In this case, this is spatial math. It's still math, and come up with the right numbers. By the way, is the volume better this time? I raised it yet again. Actually, let me see if this is still in here. So we'll get the 6 back that way. I'm not sure if OBS picked this back up here. Let me see here. Okay, so this is another one. This is actually fairly easy, but most of you have no idea what it is. It's a stem and leaf plot, it's called. It's one of the kind of diagrams and illustrations that you're supposed to know about. There's histograms, there's pie charts, there's coordinate systems, all this kind of stuff. This is another one of the ones you need to know what it is. The good news is that they actually explain to you what it means, and that explanation is right here. Okay, if you don't know what a stem and leaf pod is, you may not know why they're throwing that last line in there. So it's saying if you have 2 followed by that bar, followed by 9, it means if we combine the 2 of them, we get 29. Okay, so it means we have 48, 32, 20, 21, 29. We have a whole bunch of 10s, a whole bunch of 11s, a 12. We have a bunch of 2s, a 3, a bunch of 4s, and a bunch of 5s. Okay, that's basically what it means, because 0, 2 is the same as 2. So now that we've kind of looked at the illustration, tried to make sense of it, we're going to go back to the English, right? We're going to look at illustrations first. A student surveyed her friends and family to determine how many airline flights had taken the past year. How many students did they survey? Okay, so all you have to do is count. You're going to count how many's here, how many's here, how many's here, and then the 2 and the 8. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. It looks like 22 to me. Let's see here. Yep, the answer was 22. 2 is easy enough as well. There's 4, 7. There's 13 marbles in a bag. And what's the probability of the green? It's going to be 6 out of a 13. That should be 2 as well. Yes, it is. All right, so that's a no-brainer. Again, it's just testing your knowledge of probability and so on. So this is a no-brainer for the ISEE, no-brainer for SSAT. Remember, sometimes they're going to throw an easy question in, and you need to determine, is this question really just that easy, or is it harder than it looks? That said, this is really a grade 7 or grade 8 state test problem, so we're not going to spend a lot of time on them. That might be the last question. Yeah, the other, let me just make sure. Yeah, it is. All right, so this is the remainder of the thing we just did. So let me just give you my email address. Again, it's in the bottom part there. Again, I do general tutoring for kids in New York City. I specialize in specialized tests, whether it's the ISEE, the SSAT, the PSAT, the SAT, the Hunter College High School test, which is actually harder than this, and people should be bumping up the game for that. So you should probably do, if you're doing the Hunter test, you should also be looking at SHSAT problems and ISEE problems as well. And I obviously tutor for the SHSAT. I do private tutoring. I live in New York City, so I can get to your house. We can meet at the library, meet at location, yada yada. If you want details on who I am and what I can do. Are you doing ELA next time? I could. ELA gets harder to do because there's the delay between showing it and doing it. If you haven't noticed, I've done a whole bunch already, including a few on poetry. Poetry is the one that kills everybody. I've actually been thinking of doing another one on poetry. I saw the movie Yesterday that came out the other day, and I was thinking of doing one where we analyze actually what yesterday means, the lyrics to the song, because it is a poem. But I'll look into it, and maybe we can do some of the ISEE examples using ELA as well. That way we're getting kind of a neutral third-party thing. But again, this test is used for the Boston exam schools, in addition to a whole bunch of private schools. We're also, what I'm eventually going to lead up to is, the first one of this was using the lower examples. These are all the middle examples. There's also an upper one where the examples are really at the SHSAT level. This is kind of just teaser stuff, so we're eventually leading there. But I just want to make sure I'm bringing everybody along the same way because, for instance, if you have problems with the examples today, you're going to have a problem with the SHSAT where you definitely need tutoring help or you definitely need to work harder on your own and things like that. So I'm just going to progress along until we get closer to October, and then we're going to be in mind-blowing stuff, I hope, including the actual using past real SHSAT examples. The SHSAT has evolved over the years because now it removes some, I thought, was some cute and good parts of it, like the scrambled paragraphs. A lot of people don't see the point of them. It was replaced by grammar and revising editing and things like that, which are not easy subjects. So there's all that as well. All right, people. Sorry that we had the break in the middle there, but I labeled this as part B, and then we'll just figure out where to go from there. Leo, I just normally go where the wind blows. When I have free time, I do one of these. I'd like to schedule things, but I have kids I tutor already. I also do non-tutoring things, and there's days I'm not in New York City at all. I might be in Connecticut or New Jersey or Boston or something like that. So I'm all over the place, and I can't always schedule something. Probably if I'm going to do stuff during weekdays. Well, as I mentioned the other day, I don't want to bump heads with Tyler. I can certainly do things at 3 o'clock and certainly after his things, but doing it every day, that's a lot of material, and it's hard to get through. And actually preparing for these is hard to do. I try to at least run through the examples and at least run them through in my head so I'm not making mistakes online. As you see, Tyler makes mistakes. I made a few mistakes. Everybody's making mistakes, which is part of the point of this, is to get past some of this as well. All right, I'm starting to ramble, so let me just say peace out, everybody. And everybody had a good day. Hopefully this heat subsides and that you can relax for the rest of your Sunday. And it could be I do another stream even later today. I doubt it. Or tomorrow. Tomorrow's more likely. And I'll consider ELA. Okay, guys? Goodbye.